All right, so Apple Jacks. Apple Jacks is S tier. Apple Jacks is an incredibly, incredibly unique and delicious flavor. And anything that has cinnamon is going to get a like 2-tier bump automatically. So Apple Jacks, fantastic. Boo Berry, don't think I've ever had it, but it's marshmallow based, so we're gonna go here. Not a great name for a cereal. I get what they're going for. I don't need a theme in my cereal. I just need it to taste good. Okay, Captain Crunch, C tier, fine, whatever. You know, it's crying, it's fine. It will tear the fuck out of your mouth. Very much like Crunch Berries, which tastes pretty good, but is a eating hazard. So we're gonna leave it at B tier. That seems like a fine enough point. You can give all the input you want as we go. I'm gonna just be rapid firing all of this. So, never had it. Why you do Captain like that? Okay, Sprinkled Donut Crunch. Never had it. Hate the concept. That's going in C tier. Oops All Berries. Again, great flavor. Will tear the fuck out of your mouth. Very much like peanut butter crunch. All of these taste good, but they will annihilate your mouth. Cheerios. Plain Cheerios. A tier. A classic. Very malleable to whatever you want to do with it. It's not the best tasting cereal, but there's a couple of different ways you can look at cereal. You can look at something that's like an everyday eater, you know, or you can do things that are a nice dessert cereal. This is a fantastic everyday eater. You can throw a little banana in there. You could throw a little honey in there. The purple one was Sprinkled Donut Crunch, whatever the hell that is. Cookie Crisp are okay. I have had way better cereal, but they're not the worst. Very good point. Yeah, Cookie Crisp is fine. Is that on here? I don't see it. Maybe we'll get to it. Oh, I see it. Okay. Chocolate Cheerios. Never had them. I'm sure they're fine. I don't need my Cheerios to be chocolate, though. You know, if I want a chocolate cereal, I'll go with a chocolate cereal that's better. Frosted Cheerios. Same thing. There's only 3 types of Cheerios that you should be going for. Classic Cheerios, multigrain Cheerios if you're wanting something a little more healthy, or Honey Nut Cheerios. That's all we're looking for. Anything else? Don't need it. Rice Chex. Don't believe I've ever had it, but just based on the name, doesn't sound very good. Texturally doesn't look like what I'm looking for. So, but if you give me flavored versions, especially blueberry or cinnamon, classic, delicious cereal flavors. So I'll go ahead and bump those up to B tier. Chips Ahoy. Is this a cookie-based cereal? Cookie-based cereals both going in C tier. They're fine. I would not throw them directly into the garbage, but I would also not pay my hard-earned dollar for them. Cinnabon cereal. Never had it. We're gonna rate it as a B tier. Cinnamon cereal's delicious, but I've never had it. I don't need a Cinnabon cereal specifically. I don't need an extra marketed thing. And if you're going for cinnamon cereal, you're making a mistake if you're not getting Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which is S tier. So why even bother? You know, that's my point. Oh, keep it going. Yes. Cocoa Puffs. What's the consistency of Cocoa Puffs? Don't remember. B tier seems fine. Whatever. Wouldn't pick it up. Corn Flakes. Fine. A classic. Not as good of a classic as Cheerios, but good. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to A tier because Corn Flakes have a lot of uses outside of just eating it as a cereal. Nice texture. You could grind it up. You could use it as a batter or a crust for a fish, potentially. And my vacation was fantastic. How was your weekend, buddy? It was good. We ate a lot of delicious, delicious food. Corn Pops. Would never buy it off of the shelf. So no, I will not be getting that. Count Chocula, fine, kind of like Boo Berry, except without marshmallows. Or does it have marshmallows? Somebody tell me if Count Chocula has marshmallows. If it has marshmallows, it says it has marshmallows. D tier, automatically. No marshmallows in my cereal. Frankenberry, you get there too. I don't want Halloween theming in my cereal, and I don't want marshmallows. How many times do I have to tell you this? Cracklin' Oat Bran. Never had it. Based on the name, sounds fucking awful, so we're putting it there. Looks like something you would feed your hamster or gerbil, and I could just get it from PetSmart if that were the case. Okay, Eggo maple syrup waffles. We're gonna put that in D tier. Again, I don't need any crossovers with my cereal and other product brandings unless it's something classic like Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs go up to S tier, chocolate peanut butter, undefeated. That is a perfect branding. Reese's, you know, you just know exactly what you're getting with that. I don't need Cinnabon cereal. I don't need Eggo cereal. Just keep it simple. Folks, these people are making millions of dollars a year coming up with branding shit for this. Just keep it simple, okay? French Toast Crunch, I'm sure it's fine, but not as good as the classic, so why bother? Who gives a shit? Okay, Fruit Loops, A tier, classic. Classic cereal has a good consistency, good texture. Fruit Loops is one of the best milks, leftover milk residual flavors in a cereal that you could get. So very delicious. I'm having a great day. How are you doing, Ed? Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're just rattling this off. I don't want this to take all day. So Frosted Flakes, S tier, a classic. It takes the best parts of Corn Flakes and dumps sugar onto them. So what could be better? Frosted Mini Wheats. This might also be a bit controversial, but I think Frosted Mini Wheats is a classic S tier. Unique shape, unique texture, good sweetness. I like the fact that they're not coated with sugar on every side. It's like you have a little bit variables to how you would eat them. So if you want the extra sweet part, you flip it over to where the crusted sugar part hits your tongue first. If not, you eat them a normal way. Golden Crisp, it's fine. I would try it. I think it's an interesting, unique flavored cereal, but I'm not going to go overweight them. I have it. What is this artwork? Come on, like let's get into the 21st century, and by that I don't mean give me a Cinnabon cereal. I mean let's just do a little better than that. Let's see, Golden Grahams, S tier, fantastic, beautifully tasting milk left over in the bowl after you eat this. What the hell is this? Why is a gorilla on this? It's organic, so I'm sure it tastes like shit. Invita Kids Gorilla Munch. Why are you naming your cereal Gorilla Munch? Okay, there's so many bad ways that can be taken. Please don't name your cereal Gorilla Munch, okay? Let's just move on. Honey Bunches of Oats. S tier. Now I'm including all the varieties of Honey Bunches of Oats within this, with pecans, with oats, all delicious, all fantastic, great balance of sweetness, texture, and health conscious. Honeycomb. This is a weird one. Honeycombs are fucking weird cereal. I think they're fine. They're a little too like artificially sweet for me. They got kind of like a corn syrup flavor. Don't need it. I'm all right without it. Honey Nut Cheerios, S tier, classic. Better than regular Cheerios, which is already an amazing cereal. One of the few times that you take something that's close to perfect. You know, if Honey Nut Cheerios didn't exist, regular Cheerios would be S tier. But since they took something that was we all thought was perfect and they improved it somehow. So there we go. Okay, Hostess Donuts cereal. Donuts. I can't even say that. Why would they put that on the front of a cereal box? What is lower than D tier? Give me an F tier. It would go right in that. Takes all the things that I don't like. Crossover branding, a dumb name, and a fucking something that we don't need. Let's just put that. Go lean. What is this? Is this Kashi? I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it is too expensive and it doesn't really taste very good. And we'll just keep it there. Kicks. What the hell is this? I have no idea what this is. It's got a piece of corn on it. We'll go C tier because I don't absolutely hate it because I've never had it, but I also don't see the point. Crave. Again, I don't know what this is. It looks like a mini meat wheat stuffed with chocolate. Again, why bother is my point here. If you're going to get Frosted Mini Wheats, just get Frosted Mini Wheats because they're delicious. By the way, blueberry Frosted Mini Wheats, absolutely delicious. Lucio's cereal. Okay, I've never had this, but I like the crossover brand. This is doing something interesting. This is doing something different. I like the colors. I like the character. Let's go there. Let's go B tier. Somebody send me a box. We'll try it on stream. Lucky Charms. Here we go. You already know my opinions on marshmallow cereals. It goes straight into the trash can. That is a D. Don't buy it. D for don't buy it. Don't eat it. Don't talk about it on my stream. Nutter Butter. Never had it. Peanut butter cereal without chocolate, I would say should probably just go into a C tier. I'm sure it's fine, but again, I don't need crossovers. I don't need crossover products in my cereal. Just why do it? We have things that do it better. The best marshmallow one is like, what's the best poop I took last week? I don't need to remember. I don't need it in my life. Nobody needs to hear more about it. Okay, Oreos. Okay, this is a decent crossover. Much like Reese Puffs, Oreos is a brand that is so specific, everybody knows. This is unlike, like donuts. Like nobody cares. Those donuts suck. I don't need a cereal based on donuts that suck. I don't need a cereal based on overpriced cinnamon buns that suck. But Oreos, that's a very classic, specific product. Oreos are delicious. I've never had the cereal, but we're gonna throw it in B tier because I like what they're doing there. Okay, Cocoa Pebbles, classic, great texture, great flavor, great cereal milk, goes in A. The only reason Cocoa Pebbles is not S tier is because Fruity Pebbles is the ultimate S tier cereal. If probably the go-to best dessert cereal you could ever have. Mad Lab, welcome in. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Delicious milk after you eat Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles is the only thing, or not the only thing, the first thing I ate the first time I got high. It was one of the best eating experiences I've had in my life. I could taste every single fruit in that bowl of cereal, and I've been chasing that dream ever since. Pop-Tart cereal, don't need it. Pop-Tarts suck to begin with. I don't need a cereal based on a shitty breakfast food that already exists. Please stop giving me these crossovers. Just stop. Cocoa Pebbles better than Fruity Pebbles. We will agree to disagree. I would say more, but I like you. Raisin Bran, S tier. A classic. You know what? We're putting Raisin Bran in A tier, and here's the only reason why. Because Raisin Bran Crunch, much like if Honey Nut Cheerios didn't exist, Cheerios would be perfect. If Raisin Bran Crunch didn't exist, Raisin Bran would be perfect, but it does, so it's slightly below. It's a superior version, and so we bump it down a little bit. I take offense to the idea that Pop-Tarts are awful, but I do agree Pop-Tart cereal seems awful and unnecessary. They're just not good. I mean, there's all sorts of foods like this that we grew up with that are terrible. They're not good. They have a certain nostalgia. You know those things that like they sell to you at the grocery store that are like those little They're like packs. And they have like a little bit of cheese and a little bit of ham and a cracker. And they're supposed to be seen as like these like balanced, like easy meals for kids. We don't need that shit. Like, it's terrible. It's like bad versions of all that stuff just packed into a piece of plastic that'll end up in a whale's stomach somewhere, when you could just buy separate versions of all of these for the same amount of money that are way better. And all you got to do is put in a little bit of work, just a tiniest bit of effort to cut up the cheese, to slice up some summer sausage, like Pizza Lunchable. Exactly. Those are terrible. They're awful. Why are we feeding people this shit? It's like worse than prison food. Okay, Rice Krispies. I'm not a big fan of Rice Krispies, but I appreciate their how much you can do with them. And Cocoa Krispies are better, but I wouldn't say they're so much better that they go in A tier. Maybe I should put Rice Krispies in C tier, Cocoa Krispies in B tier. That sounds fine. S'mores, marshmallow cereal. Again, goes with all the other marshmallow cereals. D tier, directly into the dumpster. That's what D stands for in this case. Sour Patch Kids cereal. I've never had this. I will never have this. This sounds absolutely unnecessary and awful in every way. Here's what I want to do is I want to take a bunch of things that are acidic and sour and put it in a big bowl of dairy milk. That sounds like a terrible fucking idea. You'll be on the toilet for the rest of your life. I'm not even going to put this up here because I would put it somewhere below D tier. If there was an F tier, if there was something worse than F tier, I would put it there. That is absolutely abominable. Why are we making these things? Why are we feeding them to people? Mixes all the things that I hate with crossover branding that shouldn't exist. Okay, here we go. Special K. It's fine. B tier. It's got some healthiness. It's fine. Whatever. Indescript, unoffensive. That said, Special K with yogurt clusters and some sort of fruit or flavoring. Now that goes into A tier. That's a 10. All right. Strawberry mini wheats goes up there. I'm going to include blueberry mini wheats in this since this is how they're grouping the flavoring. Fantastic, delicious, wonderful, S tier. I don't want to say it's an improvement on Frosty Mini Wheats because it's not. It's just a variable, but very good. Trix, it's fine, whatever. I wouldn't like throw it into somebody's face if it was offered to me, but there's also so many better fruit-based cereals. Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles. Why bother? That's my point. Waffle Crisps, again, we're looking at the same thing here. Like, why bother? Why do we need this product? An inferior version of something that's already been perfected. Get it the fuck out. Wheaties. I will give it a B tier because it's a classic. It has classic branding. It has classic flavors. I don't think it's particularly good. I don't think it's particularly bad. But that's fine. It's fine. It's a good average cereal. All right. Yogurt clusters or rat treats, don't trust it. All right. And there we go. That's our tier list. If you agree, give a thumbs up. If you disagree, give a thumbs down. I don't really care, but I'm interested to see your input. Let's do another one of these sometime, and I'll just keep talking at that speed. That was like those Radiohead songs that are like that are written like a stream of consciousness.